Hey, Steve Zook, welcome back to Pokesoo channel, or if you happen to be seeing this on the guitar ladder system. And just so you know, folks, I do kind of double up a little bit. I'll put certain videos into my guitar ladder system, which is stored at hightail.com, but I'll also put them sometimes on YouTube just for kind of promo and to let everybody check them out. So don't be confused about that. Hey, I want to talk a little bit, and this guitar is available. I mean, I'll go $475 on this with the hard case. It sounds unbelievable. I'm using a solid state amp and it just sounds still this good. Really a nice guitar. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit about diminished color. So learning these arpeggios can be very, very effective. Like, now I know I may not be at concert pitch, but here's my A. Okay, but learning these arpeggios. Now what I want to focus on right now is this one here. I'm gonna make this a short little video. So you do this, and then you come from that to the half step, whole step scale, okay? Kind of gives you like a Pat Martino. I hate to put it that way because I mean, other people were doing it before him, whether it's Charlie Parker or Charlie Christian or Coltrane. I mean, these are all just musical ideas or musical colors. Nobody owns them. It's just all up for grabs, and people that really spend the time to get to know these options end up being much, much more creative players. But you can create different kinds of tension and resolution, different kinds of color by using these different tools, which is what the guitar ladder system teaches you on a subconscious level. It's really cool. But anyway, so here you have this diminished arpeggio, okay? And then you go from there to the half step, whole step scale, which is, it's this 4-2-1, 4-3-1. Now, if you're doing it like this, you have to kind of come up a half step when you're here. But this is a great scale. You can use it for all kinds of things. Great transitional tool. But I want to focus on this right now, which is going from this, that arpeggio. And by the way, you can take that arpeggio, kind of chromaticize it like that. But here, and see, it's the way that you phrase it. If you just go, it doesn't have as much pop. But if you, hear that? And George Benson, in fact, any great jazz, but you know, George Benson's talked about this a lot because George Benson's always humming his licks, right? Boy, there's something to that, folks. It's not. Howard Roberts used to talk about it. In fact, I studied with Howard Roberts' teacher. Howard Roberts started the Musicians Institute, which was originally GIT in Hollywood, then it became the MI Institute. But I studied with the guy that taught Howard Roberts when he was a young man in Arizona, Horace Hatchett. Studied with him 4 times. And I got permission to offer his, what I now call the secret Horace Hatchett files, which are in the guitar ladder system. And right now you get $100 off on the system. It's only $199. You can order it at stevezookguitars.com, folks. It's powerful. If you want to totally transform your guitar playing, if you want to wake up the artist within, if you want to discover the music floating around your subconscious mind and begin to find those ideas on the guitar, don't even overthink it. Just order the guitar ladder system. In fact, it's funny. People have told me sometimes when they once they begin to understand the guitar ladder system, usually they order it. And I had one guy call me. He said he actually had a dream about the guitar ladder system. He dreamt that he had ordered the guitar ladder system, and all of a sudden he started hearing his own musical ideas and waking up his artist within, waking up the musical, ideas deep in his subconscious mind. And he's like, man, it was so cool. I just got this inner urge to order the guitar ladder system. I couldn't get it out of my head, and I thought that was kind of cool. He actually had a dream about it, about him ordering the guitar ladder system. And then later on, when he ordered it and he started working on it and he started finding his ideas, he said, man, that was kind of like my dream. And I was like, that's kind of interesting, because the subconscious mind or your intuition will speak to you in terms of hunches or whispers. And if you listen to those whispers or hunches, good things can happen. Kind of like, over 40 years ago when I got a whisper to invent the speed pick, which is now marketed by Dunlap along with my Zookies, Dunlap guitar accessory company. I got a whisper about this idea called the speed pick, and I went for it and found investors and developed the idea. It's now marketed worldwide. But listen to those whispers, man. Listen to those whispers and hunches in your mind. And once you understand the guitar ladder system, this is something that you really want to invest in. It's something you really want to buy. And you can order it at stevezookguitars.com right now for $100 off. But getting back to this, so the diminished. But you want to get that kind of whip. See that? So And then you can kind of chromaticize the second string and then come in with that augmented splash. So it takes on a little bit different realm when you get a little more speed going. And you can also, anytime you have an idea like say here, you can also take that up a minor third, just like the diminished chord that becomes an inversion of itself every minor third. So you could be using this lick in a composition or a jam or whatever, and then just, it would sound really cool. You could come down. I'm kind of breaking that up so it doesn't make the continuity is not as strong as it would be if I put it all together. But I'm trying to show you the different parts. So the first part is that. So then you come down just the straight, diminish half step, or you can kind of chromaticize, use the diminished splash. Okay. So. Kind of chromaticizing the second string. It's all about breaking rules, folks. I mean, you learn something, then you learn to be creative within it, and you have to kind of jump out of the box, jump out of the square. That's what's so powerful about the guitar ladder system. It's outside the box. It's outside the square. I've had people with this is true. People with master's degrees have called me up and said, Steve, I've been watching your videos. I can tell you know what you're doing. I've got a master's degree in music, but I've never learned to improvise or compose. I'm too much inside of a box. Then they invested in the guitar ladder system, and now it's just breaking them free. They're starting to compose, and it's going to take all the things that you've already learned and piece them together and pull them up a notch. But the guitar ladder system is going to wake up your musical mind. It's going to wake up the artist within. It's thousands of dollars of guitar instruction for $199. So here's the diminished arpeggio, right? So come down that half step, whole step scale, okay, or kind of chromaticize in the second string, add the the augmented splash, kind of chromaticize on the third string. So we have okay. So you want to work those separate parts. This part, and then kind of chromaticize in the second string, augmented splash. Once you begin to get this lick under your belt, it's going to kind of open you up to the Pat Martino approach a little bit. And folks, you don't need to know a ton of theory. I mean, I love Pat Martino. He's a great player. He's one of the best. But you don't have to overanalyze everything that you learn. There's a lot of great players that just have very, very simple thinking. I've said this a million times, and it's true. Joe Pass always says, simplify your thinking. But you begin to get these colors under your belt, under your hands and in your ear, and it can really open things up. You'll just keep creating. So diminish arpeggio, right, to the half step, whole step scale. Then chromaticize in the second string, add the augmented splash, chromaticize in the third string, resolve like that. Okay. And I'm not going to try to blaze through it because I'm not warmed up. It takes me about an hour to warm up. You'll find the more technique you have, the longer it takes to warm up. It takes me a good hour at least to warm up. But you can work this lick slow. Now you want to tighten that gap right there. You don't want to be like, and then kind of wait a little bit, and then, now you're going to be doing that when you first learn it. Right, you're going to kind of wait because you want to. But this is where the art of guitar, and this is where the guitar ladder system is so powerful. Your left hand is going to get so freaking strong from all my chord studies. Half the time you'll be playing with just your left hand. Of course, we have right hand development as well in there. But you're going to get so much. It's not just waking up the artist within, which is a huge part of what the guitar ladder system does. It wakes up your musical ear. It's going to give your left hand so much strength, and you're going to get a certain knowledge in your left hand too. You can have a certain muscle memory, just knowing you can go to these forms and these forms and this forms. It's all going to sound very musical, and smooth voice leading and contrary motion and diatonic harmony and flat 5 sub and secondary dominant and chromatic and modal, But all those definitions really don't That's you don't want that to define your playing. You want to play depending on what you hear, and you'll begin to hear in terms of musical synthesis. Is very, very powerful, folks. I've really got something special here. I've worked really hard on it. So anyway, this lick. Okay. So, all right, enjoy that. And, if you want to call me and ask me a few questions about the guitar ladder system, feel free. I love talking. I'll share some really interesting stories with you. But like I said, if you have a hunch on the guitar ladder system, if you have a little whisper, if you have a little interest, follow through. Those people that follow through and just order the guitar ladder system are going to be in for a huge musical journey, and you're gonna just shave years and years and years and years off your progress and reach a level of playing you'll never reach without it. It's true. Those people that just maybe send for a couple samples and then just ignore it, you're really losing out. I've really got something here, folks. This would be a great value at $1,500. It would be a great value at $1,000, but at $299, it's a huge value. It's like getting thousands of dollars of instruction for $299, and right now it's $100 off at $199. You can order at stevezookguitars.com. So that lick again. Or you can practice coming down just the half step, whole steps. But I love that augmented splash. You could even add more to it. All right, let's stop there for now. Excuse me. And like I said, if you really want to take a quantum leap in your guitar playing, this is not hype, folks. It works. I've sold over 4,000 courses without one dime of advertising. And it really works. So you can order at stevezookguitars.com. My suggestion is don't overthink it. If you're getting kind of a hunch, if you're watching my videos and you have some interest, that's your intuition saying, hey, we want to do this. So follow through. Don't worry about $199. It's thousands of dollars of information. It's just a massive value for $199. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.